자, 그러면 지금부터 다시 철수윤 상임부회장님께서 무대에 나오셔서 오늘 기조 연설을 해주시는 전혜성 박사님을 소개해 올리도록 하겠습니다. Yes, we will hear again from Mr. Charles Yoon, who will be introducing our keynote speaker, Dr. Ko.
I lost my place. The dress is really tight.
Dr. Ko is the founder and driving force behind East Rock Institute, the oldest research organization on Korean culture in the United States. Through East Rock, Dr. Ko is in the forefront of cultivating leadership in the Korean and Asian American community, carrying out research, publications, leadership training, and educational and cultural programs. Through countless conferences and publications, Dr. Ko has educated and inspired generations of Korean Americans. I'm particularly honored tonight to introduce Dr. Ko because she has made a profound impact in my life through East Rock. I met Dr. Ko in 2005 when I was invited to speak at East Rock. That conference inspired me to start, 1 year later, a Korean American-owned law firm to better serve the community. And that has been the best professional decision of my life. So thank you, Dr. Ko. Dr. Ko is also praised and admired as mother of 6 highly accomplished children. For sake of brevity, I will just mention 2 of her children. Her son, Howard Ko, is the Assistant Secretary for Health for the U.S. Department of Health, having previously served as Associate Dean at Harvard School of Public Health. Her son, Harold Ko, is a legal advisor to the Department of State, on leave from Yale Law School, where he served as the dean. Dr. Ko is a recipient of numerous prestigious awards, including the highest honor bestowed on a civilian by the Republic of Korea and the Connecticut Governor's Award. Please give a warm welcome to our keynote speaker, Dr. Ko.
Thank you so much, Attorney Charles Yoon, for your generous and kind invitation. Honorable Mayor Bloomberg, Honorable Charles Sprengel, and Ambassador Moon Ha-young, Ambassador Young-mo Kim, President Ha, and all the honored guests and committee members who work so diligently, and fellow Korean Americans. This is indeed a special honor for me to speak this evening. And especially I want to thank Ambassador Kim Young-mok and the President Ha to invite me personally for this particular honored role. On behalf of East Rock Institute, including East Rock Institute President Dr. Park, Christopher Park, and ERI Director of Special Events, Ms. Jinin Jae-ho Kim, who are here with me this evening, I wish to extend our heartfelt congratulations to the Korean American Association of Greater New York on occasion of 51st Korean Night Gala. Our gratitude to the members of the organization committee who have made this major celebration possible, as well as to all of you who have made this evening such a success. I am especially encouraged tonight by the presence of many important non-Korean leaders of New York, I know from personal experiences that how crucial it is to have your understanding and support if Korean Americans are to serve the country effectively from the position of influence. All of you, your passion to support one another in contributing to this great city and in making a difference in American societies to be applauded. I'm happy to speak on tonight's theme, Stepping Forward, KAAGNY's desire to strengthen relationship between diverse Korean American communities and to contribute to the greater New York community and beyond. It has also been my ideal and driving force of my work at East Rock Institute for nearly 60 years. Because of the time limitation, I'm going to cut my speech into half and go directly to the third point that I wanted to mention. That is urgency to enhance the American image of Korea. When my two sons, Howard and Harold, were recently confirmed for government positions, one senator said, "Mrs. Ko, I truly wish to congratulate you for bringing up such outstanding sons, not just one, but two for confirmation." After I met both of your sons, I called my wife and told her about it. As a mother, I found it most gratifying to receive many support for my son's candidacy. Through this experience, however, I felt in my guts the urgent need to strengthen Korea's image in America. I felt that after 60 years in this country, my family was representing something broader than ourselves. Through this historical event, which became headline news in Korea, we had come to represent step forward in the image of Korea and Korean Americans. As an American, I was deeply proud to have my Korean American sons serve in my adopted country. At the same time, as a Korean, I was proud that they were also helping to improve the image of Koreans and allowing Koreans as well as Korean Americans to be proud to have someone of their common heritage serve among the highest rank of the US government. Through nearly 30 East Rock Institute annual Korean and Korean American conference, we have learned two different things. One, American image of Korea affects Korean American students' identity and self-image. And two, American image of Korea fluctuates considerably during these years. I call this a triangular relations. I brought a diagram, but I don't know whether you have it. Mother country, homeland is here. New York, let's say, adopted society is here, but the Korean Americans are here. So as Americans look at homeland Korea, if their image is bad, there's a lot of identity crisis. Teaching at Yale, I found out that students just cannot concentrate when American image of Korea is bad. For example, during Park Dong-sun bribery instance in Capitol Hill, a Korean American undergrad kindergartner returned home crying because teacher refused to accept his Christmas gift, claiming that Korean American bribed teachers, even though gift giving during the holiday is a common practice in Korea due to deep reverence to the teachers. While in 1988, Seoul Olympic elevated Korea's image, demonstrating Korea's rise as a modern nation capable of great artistic and technological contributions, the Korean grocery store boycott in New York City from 1990 to 1991, and LA riot in 1992 damaged the image of Korean Americans in the media as money-grabbing, gun-toting immigrants. When North Korea was proclaimed part of the axis of evil after the 9/11 terrorist attack, the self-image of Koreans and Korean Americans were negatively affected. How can we enhance the image of Korea in the world? One way is to work with not only homeland Koreans, but also with those living all around the world outside of Korean Peninsula. You might not know, but over 7 million Koreans now live in more than 175 countries. Thus, Koreans are the fourth largest diaspora population in the world after the Chinese, Jewish, and Italians. Korean Americans are the largest, the highest educated and most materially blessed Korean population, about 32% of the global Koreans. We Korean Americans, therefore, should take the lead in serving wider communities. The Korean Americans in the diverse city of New York is in a unique position to step forward to help enhance the image of Koreans and Korean Americans by drawing from the Korean cultural values and what I call creative syncretism. By creative syncretism, it's a Koreans believe, unconsciously believe, if for some reason two seemingly opposing forces are reconciled, it produces luck and happiness. And this, do you see in the Korean fans or in Chango and in temple doors, there's a circle with not yin and yang, but three-part yin and yang. That is uniquely Korean, Korean values. And why we are talking about these Korean values? Let us consider what legacy Korean American today will leave for future generation. Please, for a moment, please be quiet and think. Let us consider what legacy Korean Americans today will leave for our future generation. Please close your eyes for a moment and imagine that that all the Korean American population from New York had disappeared, and who will miss us and why? If all of you somehow moved away from New York City, who will miss you and why? In answering this question, let us be mindful that we all need to cooperate and live peacefully together with all those related to Korea by birth, by marriage, by adoption, and by choice. This includes not only those who live in Korean Peninsula, both south and north, but also those Koreans living around the world. Not forgetting that our most important allies are our non-Korean neighbors. Without their help, we cannot enhance the image of Korea and Korean Americans in the great New York area or anywhere. In order to work with this diverse group of people, we have to recognize the difference of cultural values we hold. And let me just give you one example. One of my students at Yale once told me after the Korean Society and Culture class, Professor Ko, I respect my parents very much, I love them, but they meddle in my affair. They want to know who I date with, what major that I should declare. Do they not trust my judgment? So I said, Jane, this is what I would call love Korean style. Korean parents' notion of self is different than you. You think about I, today, now. You are interested in developing God-given talent to its maximum that we call it self-fulfillment, self-actualization. But your parents' notion of self is they are critical link between past and the future. So to your parents, you are a continuation of your parents. So they're not interfering. They never think it's interfering. That's a way to show your concern. After the spring break, she came home, she came back, she said, you know, it's strange. Now I know why my parents ask me those questions. When they ask me about my love life or a major, it doesn't bother me that much. What I am trying to explain here is when there's a difference of opinion, and if we understand there are cultural values behind it, in this case, notion of self is different. The self-fulfillment was the American value. The role dedication was Korean value. Once you analyze this, you become less upset, and you have a way to depersonalize this conflict. There are many more Korean cultural values which I like to enumerate today, but I don't have time. Only one that I like to point out is virtue over skill. It's a concept that my mother emphasized. Yes, in order to be a leader, you have to excel, you have to have a skill. But skill is necessary but not sufficient. You have to have a virtue. Your skill should never exceed your virtue. Your virtue has to be stronger than your skill. In other words, while values, assumptions, expectations play a critical role in shaping our behavior, they are often expressed without conscious awareness. Therefore, difference in value must be made explicit. I'm coming to the final comment. This is a defining moment in our history. Never before have people of Korean heritage joined the top ranks of government and the White House staff, or became the president of an Ivy League college, or CEO of major business and community organizations. Today, Korean Americans are leaders in business, education, medicine, sports, music, art, journalism, public service, philanthropy, and so forth. What's more, through organizations like KAAGNY, the Korean American Community Foundation, KACA, East Rock Institute, a new generation of Korean Americans are mobilizing to give back to their community. Korean Americans are now poised to serve the wider community through their collective talents, skills, and virtues. Stepping forward is the theme of today's gala. I would like to interpret this phrase as referring to the role of Korean Americans in promoting unity in diversity and finding common goals to work together. Through a clear sense of mission to serve others, hard work, perseverance, and understanding of our cultural values and heritage, including the value of compassion and virtue over skill, we can enhance the image of Koreans everywhere, as well as become active, positively contributing, and invaluable citizens and the neighbors in America. Thank you, everyone, for your strong and continued support of the Korean American Association. We are counting on you to help eliminate glass ceilings and open the door for future generation of Korean Americans. Happy New Year.
감사합니다.